Hello everybody, here is Lucas once again. I'm super happy in this morning because I'm thankful that I woke up. I'm thankful for new day, and every time that I wake up, I open the window, I look at the sun, I'm praying, and I'm really showing the gratitude to God that I've got another possibility to change my life somehow, to change somebody else's life, to try out to give myself new challenges, to use the tools of God, use the tools that God gave me, to finally use them, right? Because actually He's given us so many tools and we do not even touch them. So that is complicated. But guys, in today's video, I want to tell you about my story with religion. And it is going to be quite hard story in this way that of course I had ups and downs, and of course that right now I also have ups and downs, but these downs are not that deep. I'm not in the hole, because in the past when I had a down, I was feeling that I'm in a hole, that I'm deep down in the ground and I can't see the sun. So I hadn't seen the sun for many years. I hadn't seen the sun for many years. I lost the sun. I missed it. And of course, there was a sun. But I didn't see that. I didn't notice that the sun wants me to look at the sun. I didn't notice that the sun wanted me to look at him. So the same is with the God, of course. That was a metaphor. God wanted me to look at Him. God, He wants us to look at Him. He wants to be noticed. But He's sometimes invisible. He's invisible for us, and we think that He doesn't exist. But the God exists. God really exists. You can feel His power, as I felt, and as I feel His power. So my story is very difficult, because from the beginning of the university, when I started learning at the university, I actually thought that I don't believe anymore. And even though that I'm from the religious family, so the roots has been given to me. I've got the roots of Christianity, of a Christian man. My father is a Christian, my mother is a Christian. And my childhood was absolutely, tremendously beautiful childhood that I had, that I was given. My parents just took care of me to the full. Maybe right now it's got an influence. But whatever. Guys, I will start with the university, because that is a story. I moved out to Gdańsk, over here, from my family town in Austin, and I felt that I was no more about to believe in God. I wanted to reject it to the full. I wanted to reject it because He bothered me. He bothered me in my free life. He bothered my freedom. I wanted to be free. I wanted to do everything. I was actually led by lust, by my whole desires, by my urges, stupid urges, and of course by being youth. And when I was leading this sinful life, it was so hard to come back to God once again. Because when you're sinful, you see that. You actually see that, and you don't even want to be near God. It is the same with, for example, like you're playing some sport and you missed 2 years of training in that sport. Tell me, is it easy to come back to the sport? Is it easy? It's probably not easy, because I also had it with basketball and I've never came back. But basketball is not a god, and the sport is not a god. It's incomparable, because God is given to us to be a part of our life in each sphere, in each field. So if we neglect it, if we reject him, there will never be a comeback for us, because there is some life after this life. After this life on earth, there is some other life, and we should take care of this life after the earth. So guys, when I was drinking a lot of alcohol every day, I was abusing. I was taking some different substances. I don't even want to say about it right now. But I was doing very bad things. On the parties, after the parties, during the parties, before the parties. I was just becoming a bad man, a madman. I was becoming somebody who I had never even imagined to be. I was using vulgarisms every word. So every 2 words I was using vulgarisms. For example, I was mean to like one another. I was taking advantage of any situation to make a stupid joke about my friends. I was jealous. I had problems with my relationships. I had a very toxic relationship. So each sphere of the life was actually in a ruin. Each sphere of life was a ruin. My relationship with family was a ruin, because my father actually knew what happened to me because of my brother. He told him. My mom was also disappointed. My grandfather was calling me a junk. He literally came to this flat over here, to my flat, my grandpa, and he was helping me with some things over here, but doesn't matter. But I came back over here every time in the morning, and when I came back, he called me a junk. And he called me that for the next few months, that I'm a junk. Lucas is a junk. Don't even talk to him. He's not worth talking to. He's lost. And I was lost. I missed my soul. I missed my soul. I ran so fast. I lived in hurry. I lived in the crowd of emotions. In my mind was like divided into 4 parts. The first part was me, but it was a hidden part. So deep inside there was me. And the 3 parts ruled my mind, ruled my brain, ruled my body. So it was a lust. So all of the desires, the things that my dick wanted to do, like, you know, all of the, like, you know, the urges of the young man. So the lust was the first thing. The second thing was the being too proud to accept my failure, being too proud to accept the fact that I had changed, and I had been changed for a bad, because I kept going in this life that I didn't want it to have. So I was too proud to admit that I was doing wrong. So being too proud, so being vain, that was my second part of the brain that ruled me. And the third thing was the companion environment. So the environment was totally different rather than right now. I was meeting with a lot of people, with many people. These people had influence on me. They influenced my mind. They influenced my thoughts. They influenced my daily basis. They influenced my routine. They did have an impact on me. And even that I actually refused that impact, that I didn't accept, I didn't admit that they have an influence, because I was too proud to admit that anybody's got an influence on me. I was too proud to say that. My ego was too high. Right now I can actually clearly say that everybody who I meet with has got impact on me. My students, so people I teach, they've got impact on me. My brother, He's got impact on me. My parents still have got impact on me. Smaller or bigger, but everybody who you listen to, everybody who do you talk to, they've got impact on you. There is nothing in your life that doesn't have an influence, that doesn't influence you. And I advise you to start analyzing your surrounding, your closest friends, your friendships, your environment. What does it really bring to your life? Is it a value or is it some empty pocket? Guys, I was lost in this environment of mine, in this environment which was actually combined from my friends and the friends of my ex-girlfriend, and this relationship was so toxic I will not even talk about right now today. I was trying to find myself. I was trying to suit, to the environment, like a second grader, like a second grader in a primary school. I wanted to fit in, just to fit in, and even that I didn't fit because I didn't. I still did the gym, for example, and on the gym I saw that I did not have a progress, that my progress disappeared. It was vanished. Where was my progress? Somebody took away it from me. I gave it away for free. So that was alcohol, that was junk food, that was all the nights that I didn't sleep well. So well, I lost the God, I lost my faith, and you can tell me that if you don't believe, you don't have to lead that life. Of course, I agree with you. There are a lot of people who lead good life, not like that, without God probably. But every man, every woman, so every human being is supposed to rethink how was the earth created? How was the world created? Who was it created by? It is also beautiful. The nature is beautiful. The fauna, the flora, so the animals and the plants, these all climates, and I don't know, just the whole nature is tremendous. It's genuine. I can't believe that it was created by itself. Nothing great is created by itself. Let's say that iPhone is a great device. Was it created by itself? Let's say that computer, ChatGPT or AI is like the state of art, right? Is it created by itself? Was it created by itself? No. Somebody created it. Somebody created a circle. Somebody created a plane, an airplane. Somebody had to pose the risk to fly, right? Let's imagine this phenomenon that somebody, the first person, had to fly. There had to be a lot of people who probably died in those experiments of flying, but people tried. And this was beautiful. And they created an airplane. They created a machine that weighs a lot of tons, which can fly. And we can move right now from a country to country within hours. And that is beautiful. And that was created, of course, by a human being. But it wasn't created by itself. Nothing is created by explosion. I can't believe that this old world in which there is an order, is well-ordered world, that it's created by itself, by a boom. I can't believe that. So, if you believe that, tell me why. Tell me the reason, reasonable. A reasonable reason. How could the world be created by itself, just by explosion? What's that? And that is the first thing. The second thing is that I really felt the power of God when I was praying, when I was talking to Him. And that's a fact that a God always finds us in these difficult moments, in these moments when we have doubts. That's why He's telling us in the Bible, don't be scared, do not be afraid, I am with you. You are a son of a Christ. You are a son of a Christ. That is a huge honor to be His son. That is a huge honor to be like His family. That's a privilege. We are His family. So we gotta believe. We gotta believe. You just have to believe that He's taking care of you. Let's imagine that you are a father and you've got babies. Wouldn't you take care of them? And let's say that they are permanently, they are your babies, right? Because we are permanently the babies of the God. So we are His babies, and He has to take care of all of us, of the world. This is His creation, and we are the creatures. So He has to take care of us. But we want to be taken care of. We gotta say that God, we need you. We gotta say that we need your help. We need your support. I need your hands. Because if not, that's clueless. That is clueless. Then you are a baby, which is like going and, a baby, the baby, right? A toddler, like 3 years old, let's say maybe 4 years old. For God, we are such a babies. We are 3-4 years old babies. So we've got no brains. We've got no minds. But we've got free will. He gave us a free will. So we can actually play around. We can do whatever we want in the theory. But in practice, He wants us to do what He wants. And that's the thing that people refuse to. People think that free will, that freedom is just about doing what they want to do. That's, I want to drink alcohol, I will drink alcohol. Nobody can actually ban me to drink alcohol, right? Nobody can stop me from that. Nobody can stop me from partying and sleeping with many girls in a row. Every night, different girl. Nobody can stop me from that, right? Nobody. Nobody can stop me from beating my wife. Nobody can stop me from killing somebody. Nobody can stop me from murdering somebody. But people don't do that, right? Because it's bad. So there is a conscience. So we've got a soul. So this deep inside us is telling us that something is wrong, right? There are things that are typically wrong. There are things that in our mind are wrong. Originally, from the very beginning, we actually have a scale and we put them, this is right, this is wrong. So if there is something in your mind, like you can actually you can diverse that something is right, something is wrong. There are good and bad things, good and bad behaviors. There is good and bad. So there has to be a God who actually created us in this way, so as we can actually see what is good, what is bad. So why don't you do these bad things? Why don't you want to do these bad things? But it's all about hitting the roof. We are hitting the roof. We are so angry that somebody is higher than us. Nowadays, human being has such a huge ego that we can't admit that somebody can rule us, but we are ruled by the word. If you are not ruled by the God, you are ruled by the word. In your social media, in your scrolling, everybody in a bus scrolling this mobile phone and don't even remember one thing after 5 minutes of scrolling. Don't even remember one thing after 5 minutes of scrolling. And you are ruled by all of the advertisements that you are buying from people, that you are buying from these influencers, you are buying from these Influencers is one from these huge concerts, huge companies that are selling this shit to you. The same with food. They are adding sugars, they are adding some addictive ingredients so as you can buy more, buy once again. Because in your mouth it was good, but your stomach is actually in... you've got bloated stomach, all of you. I'm sure about it. It's all about your diet. And once again, I'm losing a topic. But guys, you will never be free. You're a human being. You will never be free. You can be freed from desire just by one thing. Just by the reunion with God. The reunion with your Creator. You gotta feel it. I was studying a lot of books. I was studying Marcus Aurelius. I was studying the philosophy, right? All these things. And I was thinking that philosophy, back then I was thinking that philosophy is a clue. But all of the philosophers were sad. And do you want to be sad? Do you want to be sad or happy? Do you want to be content? Because as a philosopher, you will never be content. And I was thinking, yeah, all these philosophers, wow, it's so smart, it's so wise. There is a wisdom that I could feel, right, in this book. There was a wisdom in it. But what wisdom was it if all of them were unhappy? Because they lost a God. They missed one key thing, one crucial thing, that there is something absolute about this whole world. There is something bigger. There is something bigger than all of it. So I didn't want to be sad. So I read the St. Augustine's books, and he's a saint, right? He was a sinner, a huge sinner. And he came back to God. And he was smart. He was a philosopher too. And he led a sinful life in the past, but he came back to God. Of course, because of the prayers of his mother Monica, right? She's also saint, but not about it. A lot of saints, so holy people, are showing us that it's worth believing, that the God is worth dying for him. There were martyrs, and still there are martyrs. There are people who are dying for something. There are people who are dying for God. Not one, a lot of people were dying for God. So you think that if they were dying for it, they were dying for no reason? They were dying for the God. For the name of the God, so as we can believe. And I feel it every time that I pray. And meditation is one. Meditation will change your life, yeah. But that's just the first step. The second one is God. Guys, remember that we are not created, we are not made to be unhappy over here. So lead a happy life with God. Amen.